As you can see, it really looks like my everyday makeup look, but the only difference is I used low budget makeup products. I use brands as Essence, L'Oreal, Maybelline, like the drugstore makeup or the makeup that you can find in the beauty supply store. I really think that this look is not over 50 euros. Hi beautifuls, welcome back to my channel. You can already see it from the title and guess it from my brief intro. This is a beginner's friendly makeup tutorial. From now on, I will characterize every makeup video in 3 groups. The groups go as follow. Group 1 is beginners friendly, group 2 is intermediate, and group 3 is advanced. What kind of videos can you expect from each group? For the first group, you can expect step-by-step and very detailed tutorials or implementation of beginner-friendly makeup products. Group 2 is actually for the people that have a good base already, but you want to perfect your craft and elevate your products. So here you can expect reviews of good dupes or even how to create the perfect under eye. And in the last group, group 3, you can expect high-end product reviews or even bonus tips. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's get started. First things first, as a primer, I will be going in with the Essence Jelly Grip Hydrating Primer. It is clearly a dupe of the Milk one. I've already tried this before, but the thing is, it's not gripping, it's hydrating. It's a very good primer. It has a very good base. So I really recommend you guys to use it. It applies smoothly. The smell is also, it's very refreshing. It's nice, it's a good primer. It has a good base. It has a good finish, but it just doesn't grip. But it's hydrating, so it's good. The steps of a makeup routine I recommend is first primer, eyebrows, foundation, contour, concealer, blush, bronzer, and then lips. Why am I doing that? Because especially eyebrows first. I know there are a lot of people that do eyebrows last, but just as a beginner, you have to learn how to do your eyebrows. And I'm speaking of experience. A lot of times where I had to redo my eyebrows because I wasn't satisfied and because I was also learning are a lot. Like you will see yourself. Once you got the techniques, you can do it in the order that you like. I just advise you to start with eyebrows and then everything, cream, skin, whatever. For my eyebrows, I like to set everything, and especially after using primer, I use a setting powder just on my eyebrows to make it a little bit dry so that my pencil can be more pigmented and it will stick. That's just my preference. For this step, I'm using a small powder brush. It's very small, like I will compare it with a bigger, like this is a normal bigger powder brush, this is a little one. This, for example, if you want to have my brushes, I don't think that my brushes are still available. They are from the old Morphe collection with James Charles. Is it James Charles? I wasn't a fan or anything. I just wanted new brushes, and I wanted Morphe brushes, and it was on sale and I've purchased it. And I will be using that for my eyebrows. So what I will do is, like as you can see, I've been using this for years. This is one of my favorite setting powders. It's really good, and especially for beginners, it really does the work. Like you will also see, if you calculate like the whole list that I will advise you, this will be more on the expensive side compared to the other products. For example, the Essence is like 3 euros. 3 euros, maybe $2, $3, $4. This is already like around 15, I think. It's like 10, 13, or around between 10 and 15, I think. So it's a little bit more expensive than the others, but it's still an okay price. What we'll just do is I tap my brush. As you can see, there's a lot of product. I just like tap it off. Then just apply it softly on my eyebrows. And then I take my eyebrow pencil. It's also from Morphe. This eyebrow pencil, I've been using it for years. Not this same pencil, but just like the kind of pencils. I've been using it for years, and it comes from Congo. Every time I go, or where my mom goes, she brings like a pack of 10. Like a pack of 10 is maybe $10. Just to tell you guys that it doesn't matter. It's very pigmented, it's very good. I think you can also find those kind of pencils like in local beauty supply stores or hair shops as well. I use it on a daily basis. What I like to do is I sharpen it, and then with my pencil, instead of directly applying with my pencil, I hate it. I don't recommend you to do that. What I do recommend you to do is take your brush, do this, your part of your hand, you make it flat. I brush everything upwards. Every single hair, I brush upwards. Then you just follow your natural line, please. I don't know how your eyebrows look alike, but try to follow the natural form, because once you do more, or I don't know, if you do crazy things with your eyebrows, it will be noticeable that something is wrong above your eyes. So try to follow your natural brow line. Go underneath. Underneath. I stop around like my corner, and then from this point I'm going down. Still following my natural line. I'm not doing it here, as you can see, because this ones normally I remove. This is just like not aligned with a beautiful form, so I just remove this normally. But so now I just follow the lines above. What I do next is I brush every hair downwards. What I do next is I will draw 4 lines at the front. 4. One at the front of my line that I've drawn, a second one, a third one, and number 4. Okay? Stick with me. Then I take my brush. Then I hold it like this. I will put my brush on the last 2 lines and press it upwards. I will press it upwards, and then I go back. But I continue to press upwards. Then you will see that there's like a little form creating naturally, okay? Connecting the 3rd line to the brow, following my natural line. And then I'm creating a form. I'm seeing it's going down from here, so the curve will be there. But then I'm brushing everything like inside of my eyebrows. Instead of filling it, and especially with black, and especially when your pencil is very pigmented, what I like to do is already brush what I've drawn. So I'm brushing, a little bit of blending. I'm brushing, I'm going back, I'm brushing, going back, I'm brushing. And here, I will stop and I will just fill. I will just fill. You're satisfied with your form, don't pay a lot of attention to this corner, because we will fade it out. It won't stay a box like this. What I like to do now is, instead of using like a concealer to conceal under your eyebrows, I like to use a tinted foundation. Why? I never like eyebrow look with the concealer. It's a little bit too harsh. I never like it on me. I see it also on other girls and I like it. It's really pretty, but on myself, I don't like it. So what I do, and maybe as a beginner, if you're not used to having brightness above your eyes, use a tinted foundation. Why? Because it's your skin color, and it's also much lighter than a regular concealer. So I just use, for now, because I'm not a foundation girly, I only have this as a foundation. I recommend you to see what L'Oreal has, or like NYX, or like something like, I'm sure they also have like great skin tints. So for this step, I like to use a flat rectangular brush. What I like to do, I apply it on my hands. Apply it like this, and then like this. Just on both sides a little bit. I will just go underneath where I went with my pencil. At the front, I'm just putting a little bit in the middle. this. And like this. I'm not doing more. Okay, what I like to do now is take a beauty blender, a small beauty blender, and a setting spray. For this video, I will be using the Essence Fix and Last. Never tried it before. It doesn't have to be wet, just a little bit damp. I go where I went with skin tint. And then in the middle, look what I'm doing. I'm just blending the middle. And that's it. That's my eyebrow look. Now the next step. The next step is foundation. Like I told you guys, I'm not a foundation girly, so for me, I'm skipping the step. But if you have foundation, if you're not used to having a foundation, I recommend you to use a skin tint. You don't necessarily have to purchase a Fenty one because that's a little bit that's on the expensive side. I just don't have anything else to show you because I don't wear foundation. Now you should put foundation on. How to put your foundation on? You can just apply a little bit. You spread it over your skin. Then you go in with the wet beauty sponge to blend everything and even. All right, so now I'm going in with my bronzer slash contour. Let's talk about placement because I know it's a little bit complicated, especially as a beginner, to know the right placements of blush, bronzer, concealer. I have a tip for contouring. So you have your ear, the smallest part that you can really hold. When you go, not like this, not straight, but just a little bit down, not down as in your jawline, but just like in the middle, like this, that's your contour line. So here's where I contour. Your concealer right here. The one next to the ones next to the concealer is your blush. Here's where you're going to apply your blush. Underneath your blush and above the contour, you put the bronzer. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Tan Deep Brown Intense. It's a bronzer and a contour. What I will do is just go like this. And I'm going a little bit above. Then I'm going down. Don't have to, it's not obligated to go this down. I just always do it like this. And then just with the rest, I like to go under my eyebrow just like this. And then on the nose, like this. And then on my forehead, I'm doing also a little bit. So then I like to use a wide, thick brush. Okay, fixing. Make it wet. I wait a little bit and then I blend. I'm just doing the same steps. So I've blended everything out. I have two concealers. I have a concealer of my skin color and one shade lighter, like. It's like multiple shades lighter, but this is the L'Oreal collection, so in this collection, this is one shade lighter. I will do highlight a little bit later. I will now go in with the concealer the closest to my skin color. So what I like to do is I go a little bit in the corner, not too much because it can irritate your eyes. A little bit around your nose. Then what I like to do is I really go under and then I pull it up under the eye, like my eye corner, and I pull it up just like that. And then I also put it on the bridge of my nose and then I let it sit. What I do in the meantime, I continue blending, darlings. If there's one thing you can remember from this whole video is you really have to be very patient and you have to blend a lot. Just in case you are wondering, I've removed like just a little bit on my chin and then down here. You can choose brushes or a beauty blender. For beginners, I recommend you to start with the beauty blender. You have more control over it and it really blends well. It really does work for you. Brush, you really have to have the techniques. I will do one side beauty blender and one side with a brush. What I always do, if it's a brush or a beauty blender, put some fixing spray. Then I start blending. Step slowly. What I'm doing is really this. I'm doing just this. I forgot to say it. You always start from the outside. Never start here and then going up because then you're really transferring the product. Always start from the edge and then go inwards. Then the product stays within that triangle. Really go in to bring it a little bit to my bronzer so that I can go back with my brush, blend it as well. So now I will be using a beauty blender just to showcase how I use it. So I'm doing the same things. So I'm really pressing it in. I go all the way to my contour. So that's also a guideline to not go overboard. Press it in. You see how easy it is to go in the corner of my eye? The key is really to blend. Blend, 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 blend. We don't want harsh lines. In the meantime, where I'm concealing my nose and my chin, show you guys how I highlight my under eyes. This color it's a little bit too bright for my liking, but for this video purpose, I'm just showing you the techniques. It's really about the techniques. What I like to do is, if I see that I went overboard, I go back with my contour brush. I will now blend my nose. I'm just stepping, I'm just doing this. What I then do is already blend the contour. So the brush that I like to use, this is not from Morphe, it's from Do You Care. I recommend you to get this brand of brushes. It's very beginners friendly. It's a little bit expensive for beginners, but it's okay. You can get, if I remember, you can get a brush set for like 30 euros. Can be very expensive. You will have like a set of like everything essential. I go very gently underneath my eyebrows. I really blend it into my skin. To not make the lines harsh, I go back with what I use to blend my concealer. So on this side, I'm using the brush. And on that side, I'm using my beauty blender. So now I'm blending my highlight. This side I will do with brush. So again. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. So the other side with the beauty blender. Look up and really blend underneath. Go gently. Don't rush it. Really take your time blending. We'll go back with a little bit. What I will do in the meantime is I will take my other brush. It's Real Techniques. It's small. I wouldn't say fluffy. I wouldn't say firm. It's like in the middle. And this I like to use for in the corner of my eyes. I blend it like this. On the other side, I'm doing the same thing. I'll be using a blush. My favorite blush at the moment is the e.l.f. Coming in Hot Pink. It's really bright, it's really pigmented, so don't apply too much. Everything that I need to blend. You see how I turn? Like I do this, but not too harsh, like very softly. Like this. My nose a little bit. The goal is that it blends with the products that you have applied before. What I like to do, go back with my beauty blender to avoid harsh lines. Okay, so what I will do now is I will use my Fit Me pressed powder. I always use a pressed powder and then my baking powder. I blend under my eyes again real quick, pressing on my triangle brush. I pat it on my hand palm. I look up and I tap. Really press it in, press it in. Don't worry about the blush and the bronzer. And you do the same thing that I showed you. The other side. So then I add on the whole of my nose, on my chin. To set my liquid blush, I like to use a translucent powder. You can use a powder blush. If I don't want to use that, if I really want to use this color, if I'm satisfied with this, I just set it with my translucent setting powder. Now I'm using the Laura Mercier. That's the only one I have now, so I just take a beauty blend, but it's the same with every translucent powder. Just tap it on your hand, and then I go. And don't worry, it won't leave residue. Like you can see it here, but it will go quickly. For my bronzer, powder bronzer, I use my Morphe Trailblazer. This unfortunately is discontinued. It breaks my heart to even say it out loud, but it is one of the best bronzers. Maybe they have other ones like other formulas, I don't know, but try the Morphe ones. The Morphe ones are very good. So what am I doing? I tapped it, like I used it, then made it flat to really go back to the line that I showed you guys before. I go like this, I go like this, and then on my forehead. See how everything is blended well, like with the powder? That's really the look that we're going for. What I like to do is to go with this form of brush. This is also from Do You Care? That's all. That's it. That's even too much. Even I tap it off. I go underneath my eyebrows to set that part actually. And then on the other side I'm doing the same. And then I'm going down on the bridge of my nose. If I find it too harsh, I go back with my pressed powder. Alright. Triangle. Blend it with my bronzer. Then I go in with my baking powder. It's literally finished. Always using a triangle puff. I tap it in. That's too much for your face. So what I do is I tap it off, or I just like remove it a little bit. And I tap it. I just focused on my inner corners. So I tap gently. Very gently. Go underneath my eye, but not too far. I'm not going all the way where I went with the pressed powder. Just focus on my nose. Tap on your hand. And I'm doing the same, but then on the other eye. On this side, I'm going in the corners. What I like to do in the meantime is sharpen my eyebrows. This is very optional. I really like a sharp eyebrow look. That's just my preference. As you can see, it's already leaving a little bit. What I like to do is go back with my pressed powder, and then with like a small powder brush, I will remove excess powder. I remove. Then I will go in with the fixing spray. So I did my lips off camera because I will be making a separate video. So I first go in with the settings mist, and then I go in with a fixing powder. I will be using the L'Oreal. Actually, it's already done now, but what I like to do specifically, because I really love a matte finish, what I do is I just take my bronzer brush and I go back just my forehead and my cheeks. Just looks like my normal everyday makeup look. Just to tell you that it is possible with the right techniques to get the same results as high-end products. If you're new, if you're a beginner, take your time. Take your time. if you have like a Saturday where you're off, or just you're coming from school or from work and you don't have a lot of things to do, take your time, just do your makeup. Do your makeup, see what you like, get to know your skin, get to know which features of your skin you would like to pop more. To be honest, that's really what I did, and it really helped me to do my makeup how I do it today. It's really about techniques. Take your time. You're not pressed. No one is forcing you. If I show you my first makeup look, like my first real makeup look of putting on foundation, concealer, it was horrible. Like, it was so ugly. Like, my eyebrows were like twice the size. My under eyes were screaming, it's not my color. My foundation was just for vibes. I did not wear blush. I'd only wear like mascara or something. Like, it was terrible. This is my look. This is literally my everyday makeup look, but now drugstore edition, beginner's edition. I hope that you were able to follow every step. I hope it was clear enough. I hope you learned something. Basically, I hope you learned something. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it even. And yeah, we will see each other soon. Until next time, bye.